Hi everyone. In case you don't know, we're in a really fast-paced period right now where GW is releasing more, just tons and tons and tons of stuff. And just over this past little over a year, they've done over half their codices for Warhammer 40k and redone them. I mean, all that's really left to redo at this point is Imperial Guard, Orks, Space Wolves, Blood Angels, Grey Knights, Necrons, Dark Eldar, and technically Adeptus Sororitas / Sisters of Battle, because I'm sorry that White Dwarf update was not in any way, shape, or form, or not White Dwarfs, I'm sorry, that digital update was not in any way, shape, or form substantial enough to make Adeptus Sororitas take off. But me, I actually have 4 out of those, 7 or 8 armies myself. Blood Angels, Orks, Necrons, and Dark Eldar. What do you know? I like the oddballs. But today, I'm here to talk to you about just one of those. This is actually the introduction video to a series of videos that I'm doing. And I'm sorry if I'm not looking directly at you. I'm reading notes on my screen, and I'm also making sure I'm still in shot, and everything I'm doing is in shot. So, at least for this introduction video, I might be doing different views depending on the situation. But this is actually one of my 2 of the current Ork codexes. And I know this is supposedly getting an update in June, I want to say. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be the next 40k one after Imperial Guard. And since the next actual update's Dwarves for Fantasy, Imperial Guard probably not, at the very least, till April. So, but until then, I'm going to do a series of Ork Tactica videos, and I'm going to go over them. And Orks, I know they're relatively considered terrible, but I don't care. They're fun. And is that really all that matters, isn't it? They're one of the most fun armies you can play. I mean, they have options. They have lots of options, actually. And not even all the options are in this book. With the release of Escalation and 6th edition, there's also the Flyers and the Stampa, and it's just, there's so much to the Orks. And not all of it's good, not all of it's competitive, but all of it's fun. And that's really the thing I like about Orks so much. These guys are so much fun to play. And I'm going to go over each entry in here individually. I'm going to go over Tactica with you, tips and tricks, and I'm just going to give you ideas. Because I can't tell you how to play your game. I can just give you an idea of what you could do with them, and what I might do with them. Because I have an Ork army. It's my biggest 40k army right now. And while I don't have a representation for every unit in here, it doesn't mean that I can't talk about them, because I've seen how they play. I've studied how Orks work quite a bit. And I do have a ton of models, it's just not everything. Partly because I don't have the capital to buy everything I want. But, I mean, some of the fluffiest stuff I've ever seen is in here. We're talking about a species of part fungus creatures that can sew parts from other members of their species together and steal from other races all throughout the universe, because apparently there is no corner of the universe that isn't inhabited by Orks. Take the other people's technology, cobble them together in an unworkable mess, and then use their minds to make them work. That's so cool! And I've read through this book so many times, especially considering I had 2 copies. It's just so much fun. And I know I keep saying that, but it is. It is. This book's great. I mean, for an old codex, this book is awesome. There's some cool color pictures of them in there, and they're beautiful. So, Orks. Introduction. The fun, random, mob mentality army that is going to be my Tactica series. And in case you're wondering, I actually have discussed Orks with like Dan from Mini Wargaming before. So some of the tips and tricks I've gotten from him, some of the tips and tricks I've gotten from one of Sean from Blue Table Paintings regulars, Rich, who plays Orks. So keep that in mind as I say things and give out information, because if you're like, hey, I've heard that from this other guy, yeah, it's probably because I've heard it from him too. I'm just trying to start a discussion here and try to give you ideas and try to introduce you to a fun army, and I'm going to culminate this all together in a wish list. And the reason I want to do that is because I have ideas for like I would like to see for more Orky goodness, instead of worrying about what they're going to do to ruin the book. Because I don't think they can ruin this book. Especially because everyone's freaking out right now about Tyranids. And how apparently the Tyranid book is ruined. Maybe it got weaker. I don't know. I'm not a Tyranid expert. Orks, though, I do know. And honestly, to make this book terrible, and it's really not that bad as it is. To make this book terrible, you'd have to like double all the prices of every entry and take away a lot of the stat line. I'm not going to do that. If anything, that'll probably make them cheaper. So this is my intro video to Orks. I'm sorry I didn't get too much into the fluff here. Hopefully I'll cover that some more when I start doing the individual entries. And I'm going to be starting with HQs. I'm going to start actually with the generic HQs, and I'm going to work up to the named independent characters, so that you have more of a baseline idea. Because, like, you know, some of them are just like named versions of a certain just generic HQ choice. Anyways, this is Warpainter Brian, War Painting Services, here talking about Orks, and I hope to see you soon in the next video.